Are you in get me started phase? Are you in need some help? Give me documentation. I can figure out my way, or I know it back and forth. I know everything about GenAI and what I need to do. If you're in one of these three categories for development, then what you are looking for in get me started phase is, okay, is there a no code, low code tool? If there is a Python programmer, I'm a Python programmer and I need some SDK or API endpoints and I can get the job done. Or I do everything through my coding assistant. I use Cursor or something else. I use GitHub Copilot and I do rapid prototyping. Uh, so long as I know what you guys do, FloTorch, I can actually use it, right? So FloTorch is essentially a gateway, okay? And it acts as a kind of barrier or a gateway between your application, whichever application, right? It could be coding assistant, it could be your business application, whatever, and the rest of the world, the LLM providers, for example, right? So if you're expert, you can just point your VS Code to use FloTorch gateway and any model that you have key for from that provider, and it will work just the same way. You just need to set it up so your organization can say that, okay, use any coding assistant so long as you go through the gateway, it is compliant, right? If you are looking for some help building these, then FloTorch does have a SDK. In fact, I'm going to show you example of using it in the coming slides. And if you are looking for, hey, get me started, then you can go to flotorch.ai, click on get started, choose your platform. We are hosted on AWS, we are hosted on Azure, we are hosted on GCP. We'll be shortly hosting ourselves on Oracle as well. Why it matters is it doesn't matter to you as a customer, but for example, if you're an AWS customer, then you would rather have AWS hosted gateway of FloTorch to work with, because eventually some of you might want to move it in-house on-prem, and FloTorch does offer a gateway solution on your premise where it will work within your AWS infrastructure, within your Azure infrastructure, within your GCP infrastructure, right, for Google. So try it out on at that level. You can just use the drag and drop UI. Playground feature is also coming where you can not only get these models set up, but also test them out, right, to see how they work before even you go to any coding platform or whatever. So let's take a look at a traditional approach, right? This is your typical, on the left-hand side, what you're seeing is a typical traditional way of calling a Gemini LLM, right? This is especially I want to draw your attention to, you'll have a Gemini API key, you'll have an endpoint for Gemini APIs, the model name, and then once this endpoint is built, you can ask it some prompt like, hey, what is Gemini Flash 2.0 model, right? Or 2.5 model. You can change queries there, right? These are your queries. If that's your code, and then you will notice that it calls call model API here, and that makes the call to this function above, which is a call model API, which is send that URL, and it will take care of passing the headers and everything in the right format, and then you'll get the response back. The same application can be written in FloTorch using our SDK. The only difference is what I have highlighted on the right-hand side. So instead of Gemini API key, because Gemini model would have been already set up by your organization, your workspace administrator or IT administrator in your workspace, you just use your FloTorch API key. Your query remains same. And then the endpoint is gateway.flotorch.cloud. And then you can give your FloTorch model name. Okay, the difference between Gemini 2.5 Flash and FloTorch slash Gemini 2.5 Flash, we maintain a model registry. So all the models that are accessible for you within that registry can be accessed here, and that's a model name, okay? If you have that model name, the rest of the call remains same. In fact, now you can see that I don't have to do a lot of formatting with the content payload and headers. A lot of that is taken care of by simply adding this class, FloTorch LLM, and I can just call model.invoke for the FloTorch LLM model to which I have passed the model name and endpoint and all that. And then whatever response I get is returned back. Both these approaches will give you exact same response. The response doesn't change, but you will notice that you can also get how many tokens did you just use for this, right? I'm just giving you an example. Response.metadata.get total tokens is a key that is available for FloTorch users. so that when your response comes, you already know how many tokens you have.